Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Half a Nice Day podcast with your host, Joshua.
And Janine. I love it. That was so high energy.
High energy, I try.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to
an episode of the Half a Nice Day podcast.
Are you happy because it's a long weekend?
Super happy. And I am on local leave as well. So
it's a super
like
extended weekend.
You know, I don't think a lot of people enjoy the satisfaction when they are on local leave.
Yeah,
because a lot of people take it for granted. Like, if it was no COVID during this time, I'm sure we would be traveling somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But take some time off, enjoy the sights and sounds of Dubai as well, or the UAE. There are a lot of places to go to, like we went to Hatta.
Yeah, with
the family. We went kayaking.
Nice. And the weather is getting really lovely. You just want to explain to everyone why we're on an extended 5-day weekend.
Oh yeah, so there was Martyrs Day, which was celebrated on December 1, and on December 2 we had the 49th National Day of this country, the place we call our home away from home, I would say.
Yeah, happy 49th National Day, UAE. 1 year closer to your 50th National Day.
Yeah. But you know what? By next year, our episode, this time next year, we'll be on episode 69.
Wow. You've done the math.
I've done the math.
Nice.
I've brought out my chalkboard, put the numbers there.
Yeah. You're like once a week, so 52 weeks because it's a year from now.
Exactly.
Plus 17.
Exactly. I brought the calendar out. I brought my scientific calculator out, did the math.
Did you do like the cosine of X squared?
I did everything. So I took the square root of 69 and it's 8 something. But I've been trying to work it out.
I don't know about that, but happy National Day, UAE.
Yeah, thank you for being kind to us and
for being so generous for your 5-day weekend.
Right? I think this is the longest, if not Eid.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think we've had an Eid celebration like last year or 2 years ago where it was also like a 5-day.
Yeah, but the messed up thing is that it always comes on a weekend now. Like all the big holidays are always on a weekend.
Yeah, but at least they always give like one extra day.
Yeah, because there'll be riots in the street if we don't get those
We
days.
are so lucky. We're so blessed with that because if you go to another country, they get a day or two in a year, like Labor Day and something else.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What else?
Christmas. Yeah, that's it.
No, but in India, 1 million.
Really?
Yeah, there are 1 million public holidays.
And then you have your days on top of that.
Yeah, there's like at least 1 or 2 every month, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to work in India.
Do you?
Oh, I love India.
You won't survive in India.
No, I love India.
Okay, but it's not a place where you would work. It's a place you would visit, right?
True. Probably like the wage will not suffice, but I love the country. Yeah. I just need to make sure that I make my palate used to the spiciness level of the food.
We've been trying that actually recently. We've been ordering spicy food.
Yeah.
Spicy sauces and just like testing and pushing our boundaries every day by a small amount just so we can get that sweet spot when it comes to eating spicy food.
Exactly. Because we need to get there.
We will get there.
Yeah.
We will.
It's just like exercise,
It's like exercise. It's like increasing your lactose tolerance level, like having small amounts of dairy every day until your poop is not waterfall anymore.
I'm sorry to anyone who's eating right now or doing something that is putting something in your mouth.
Oh, that could be a multitude of things, but okay.
Moving on to other things.
So
do you know that it's also another day to be like? Do you know that there's also another day celebrated today?
Today's Saturday,
December 5th.
December 5.
What December?
I don't know what's wrong
What is wrong with your mouth? Have you eaten a lot of spicy food up to the level that you can't that your mouth is numb?
It's taken a hit on the neural wirings in my brain.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong
I don't
with
know,
you?
guys. I haven't had coffee, I think.
I was gonna say too much caffeine.
Maybe too little caffeine.
Maybe.
I'm too caffeine dependent now. It really sucks.
It's really I can't with this guy.
Sorry, guys.
Since you're not gonna guess what the day is today, I'm just gonna say it. It's International Ninja Day. Happy International Day to all of the ninjas out there, including myself, because I'm a ninja.
Happy birthday, Jackie Chan.
Not a birthday, but
no, it's actually his birthday today. That's why it's International Ninja Day. He's the first ninja.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Stop. I'm a ninja.
You're a ninja?
Yeah.
Name me 4 ninjas. Except the Ninja Turtles. I love, Janine just got so excited. She had a mini jolt in her. Like,
just braced myself to answer your question. Janine. Ninja.
Oh, like that. That's actually dope.
Right? Yeah. I told you, I'm a ninja.
Tell me one ninja thing you've done in the last 6 days.
Entered someone's house and took their food out of their refrigerator while no one noticed it.
This is your parents' house?
Yes. Me sneaking into the kitchen.
Actually, you did carry that massive thing on your head today, which is quite ninja-y, so...
Is it? Is it a ninja thing to do?
Is.
I feel like it's more of a tribal thing to do.
More of like an East African thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This episode is...
What is this episode even about? Is it a Christmas episode? I don't know.
But it's just like, I feel Christmassy. Like, kudos to the UAE and Dubai for allowing Christians to express their, Christmas spirit.
Yes.
Because, other Middle Eastern countries wouldn't allow that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're being a little bit more lenient. Remember when we were young, you wouldn't see a lot of, Christmas stuff. Like, the word Christmas is not even used in retail stores.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, it's mostly called, happy holidays. But now you'll see Christmas as a word everywhere.
Yeah.
And you'll see Christmas trees in the malls. You'll see wreaths. You'll see lights. So it's really, really beautiful to see how UAE is such... It's actually a country of tolerance. It's the year of tolerance. Is it still the year? It is the year.
That was last year.
That was last year? Oh, I guess they're still
Now it's the year of the rat or something.
It is the year of the rat, but that's a Chinese symbol.
Yeah.
That's different from what the UAE... Maybe it's about happiness or something?
Today, UAE's...
But I thought this year was year of tolerance.
No, last year, ma'am. We just lost track of time because of COVID.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because the year before that was year of union, right?
Spirit of the Union.
Spirit of the Union, correct.
I don't know. The official title of the theme is 2020 towards the next 50.
Maybe because it's a year closer to the 50th National Day.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was more centered around World Expo 2020, which never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to happen in 2021.
Next year, 2021, starting from October.
October.
Oh,
talaga.
Yeah.
Sa October yan.
And they're still keeping it Expo 2020.
Yeah, I mean, because they've already paid for everything. Signage,
they paid for everything. All the merch.
Yeah, merch, giveaways, whatever they have. It's all Expo 2020. You can't decide to just be let's remove the 0 and put a 1 in there. That's going to be difficult.
It'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, we've gone off of a tangent.
What is this episode about again?
So this episode is all about things we're not proud of, and I guess this episode will be mostly Josh talking about what he's not proud of. Because before the episode, we aligned with each other. I'm like, how much are you sharing? And he's like, a lot. And I'm like, but I only have 1 to share so far.
5 points.
You have 5 points. Go ahead then. The floor is yours, Mr. Dias.
Okay, so one of the things I'm not proud of is my diet. How inconsistent I am. And that I eat till the point that I am full.
Wait. Stop. Stop right there, mister. What did you say? And I eat to the
point that I am full, because I was gonna say full.
If I rewind this, it's just like you making fun of my ex-floor. So now I'm gonna make fun of your point.
No, because the word full was there.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so I eat till the point that I am full, not till I'm satisfied. And I think it's something I've been struggling with for a very long time, and I eat very fast as well.
Yeah. Do you know that there's a time, I don't know if it's 15 or 20 minutes or something like that, wherein when you eat,
Yeah, the time it takes for your mind to register that you are
that
full.
you're full.
So you have to eat very, very slow.
And you're a fast eater.
Super fast. And you know what? I know that I am fast even while I eat, but I'm like, this is too good to eat slow.
Yeah. You're just like, I just want to shove this in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes you just have to be mindful.
Which I am not when I eat. I can have ice cream in my spoon and a piece of steak on my fork, and I don't know, I can just eat
something
anything
else on
and
your
everything.
knife.
Yeah. And on my soup spoon. And then on a skewer.
Wow. How many hands do you have?
Quite a few. No,
okay.
But that is something, you know what? Even when I eat, I know that I'm eating too fast. But I just want to get it done and over with.
Yeah.
Because I don't have enough distractions, especially when I eat alone. Oh man. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I need to have something to distract myself with. Yeah,
I think you've been doing better.
No, but I need to distract myself while I eat. So that's why I know it's rude to the food that I'm eating, because they say when you eat your food, you need to just be mindful of it, really focus on it. Yeah, so maybe it's something I just have to be more mindful of, because I know that it is not the right way to eat, because my food doesn't digest as well. Because the slower you eat, the more you chew your food, it gets better absorbed into your body.
Yeah.
And I know I should be doing that a lot more. Even you tell me when I eat that I should be chewing it slower and swallowing my food right.
You get excited. Like, he's very passionate about food, and I am too. But when it's his favorite, he just like inhales it. Like
you know, do you know Kirby? The video game, that pink stuffed toy? So he sucks in food. Like, I'm just me.
Yeah, that's
done.
you.
Yeah.
That's you. Yeah. But you're doing better.
And I'm a loud chewer sometimes as well when I get really overwhelmed and excited.
It is my pet peeve, guys. I can't with loud chewing. So sometimes like I look at him and I'm like, can you not?
Sorry, I enjoy my food and I live in the moment.
Okay.
Not.
What is next?
Another one for me?
Yeah. You have 5, so let's sandwich mine. Mine will be the middle one.
Okay, so another thing that I used to do, this is all in high school as well, which you can also add to, because I know your point is something in high school, but you didn't tell me about.
It's a storytelling one.
Okay, mine is also a storytelling one. So there was a time when I was a kid in high school, and there was an auditorium part of the campus.
Okay.
But everyone used to leave their bags there and go inside the auditorium.
Okay.
Okay?
So outside.
Outside. So it's all like stack of bags. So there was one day when I was just walking through them, and I'm like, I wonder if there's anything valuable in these bags. And I started opening them one by one. I don't know what got in my head. I just like...
How old are you?
This must have been like when I was like 14, 13.
Okay.
And I opened one bag, and there was a Nokia inside. And it was a Nokia 3310. And I looked at it, and I'm like, wow.
And you saw the Snake game.
And I played Snake outside the auditorium. No, I stole that mobile. And I'm not kidding. I don't know whose it was. I stole it. I put it in my pocket. I went home. I felt so guilty. I never used it, and I threw it off immediately. Yeah, and first of all, I didn't know how to explain to my parents how I got a new phone at that age, because I only got my first phone when I was 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And I remember that day so clearly. Every day I think about a Nokia phone. And
you don't know who this kid is.
I don't know who the kid is. I just remember it was an Eastpak bag.
Okay.
And there was a front zip, and I unzipped it. There was a calculator, and there was a small notebook, and that mobile. And the mobile color was a navy blue one, and I took it. Whoa. I don't know what got a hold of me, but I'm just like, I need to steal this.
Whoa.
But growing up, I did have a lot of instances, because I wasn't given so much as a child. We had to work for whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
So I saw that as an opportunity to steal a lot of things. And there was a time in Toys R Us as well when I went to Toys R Us and I stole a whole deck of Pokemon cards.
Wow. Is that like a whole box?
Not a whole box, but they had these, like, I don't know if it's called a Tetra Pack or like those tearaway packs.
Yes,
which I think had 12 cards in them.
Okay, you got
and
one?
I stole like 3 and like 2. So like 3 on my left pocket and then 2 on my right pocket, and I just walked out.
It didn't ring? Like, I guess
this was, I think,
wasn't like
before
too advanced
those theft identification or
How
whatever.
How old were you?
That was around the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've stolen stuff here and there in different places. When I go to bars, I try to put like spoons into my colleagues' pockets or my friends' pockets, and they don't realize it, and they walk out, and I'm like, "You want to see a magic trick?" And I pull it out of their pocket, and they start laughing.
I guess that's fine. Like that's funny, you know.
Cutlery, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
But sometimes,
valuable.
like, imagine, like, the restaurant owner's like, okay, so let's count all of our assets now.
Yeah, like our inventory. And like, why is there one spoon?
Why is there, exactly, why is it not matching? Because usually they would have.
Come in pairs, yeah.
Exactly. A fork and a spoon.
Yeah.
And there would be one lonely fork because you stole the spoon and gave it to your colleague.
I did. That was me. It was cool, though. At the end, it has a wrench kind of thing. So it was like a spoon come wrench.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like a monkey wrench at the end. So
what
it's
is this restaurant that you've been to?
It was... I'm not going to say the name because if they hear it and then... Oh.
Would you want to take some time to apologize to this kid who owned that Eastpak bag? Navy blue.
I've made my peace with it mentally, but if you're out there and you realize that as a kid, you lost your Nokia and your parents gave you hell for it, I'm not sorry. You deserved it for keeping it unattended, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone's going to actually message me for that.
Yeah.
But, if there's any way I can repay you, you can find me in Umalquain. I live there now. You can make the drive and find me.
He will give you the latest iPhone 12.
You wish. I don't even have an iPhone 12. I still have that Nokia. No, I threw it away.
How? Like, just in the trash can?
Not in the trash can, into that big dumpster.
Wow.
Directly into the pit of hell.
Oh, yeah. That's Gonzo's.
Yeah. But I felt very relieved at the same time. But at the same time, you know, like...
You felt really bad for that.
I felt really bad for that kid and me for doing that.
I guess as children, like, children are really curious.
Yeah.
And I would say 13, 14 is not like a child age. That's already an age where you're starting to form your own opinions. But I guess it also depends on, you know, the environment, on... There's so many factors. And you're such a curious person. You're a very, very curious person. And now you're using it to good. But back then, I guess, like, the curiosity just got...
the best of me and took control of my body.
Yeah. I wish we could find that kid. No, he's not a kid anymore. He's probably in his 30s, but I wish we could find him and like...
Do you think he never got a phone after that?
I'm sure he got a phone after that.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's like left an impression of him that he will lose anything valuable.
No.
Okay, but I'm really sorry for that, actually. It's something I wanted to maybe get off my chest on my podcast for content, but... But yeah, it was... I'm not proud of that moment till this date. Yeah, but I've made my peace with it, but at least I know I will never do it again.
Yeah.
Unless it's an iPhone 12.
Let me keep my phone away from you.
There's like an iPhone 2, so you're safe, Janine.
I'm sorry, my phone is not the latest, okay? It's still working and I don't find the need to buy the latest. That's actually really good. Yeah.
Another thing I used to do in high school, I was never the brightest child.
Okay.
I would not pass a lot of my subjects. And I would forge my parents' signature. And my parents know that now. My parents actually knew it back then.
Yeah.
Because my dad has a very easy signature, very easy initial. His signature is really hard, but his initial is just his letter M and then some scribbling, which I can easily do even if my eyes are closed.
Same with my mom. My mom is like 4 letters. And now she changed it, but back then it's just 4 letters. And I'm sorry to go through your story, but it's just very similar to mine. And my mom knows now.
Okay.
I came clean. I'm like, Mom.
You confessed to the crime?
I did. And this is one thing that I wasn't, that I'm not super proud of as well. But when I was younger and there was a certain line of grade that you have to cross wherein you would have to ask for your parents' signature. So if you're above a certain line, then that's fine. But if it was below a certain line, then you would have to ask a signature from your parents. Same. So that the teachers know that your parents are actually aware that you got a really bad grade.
Right.
And I was a bright student, if I may humbly say. But there are a couple of times where the subject is just very difficult. And
Like, what subject did you face most difficulty in?
math. You know that. I suck at math. I need a calculator at all times. And I was probably in the line of 70s, like high 70s or very low 80s. I don't remember anymore. And I had to ask for my mom's signature.
Why?
Because that's a failing. The failing grade is 70. Well, to pass, it's 75 and above.
Are you serious? Mine was 50 and above.
No, it was 75 and
Still
above.
got below that.
It's a Filipino grading system.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 75 is palakol. Palakol is like
Just made it.
No, palakol in Tagalog means what is it that you use to dig?
Shovel?
Not a shovel. The one that looks like a number 7.
Oh, I don't know what's the
Yeah,
official
like a
name of
digger,
that.
whatever that is.
Yeah, like a
mini,
like a reverse shovel though.
Yeah, like it's
when
a bent shovel.
It's like a hammer,
It's like a
but
sack?
you pick up stuff.
Sack? Is that a sack?
Psych? I think it's psych.
No, are we making up words?
No.
Hack?
I know. Hacksaw?
Whatever. I'm really sorry to anyone who's like an expert at this.
Who knows? And I'm like
We're
screaming it to us on the radio.
We're butchering. Sickle. A sickle.
No, a sickle is what's used for communist Russia. That's their logo, right? It's like a knife, but it's like a letter C.
What are you saying?
A sickle,
Can
man.
you Google a sickle, please? I wish we had like a Rudy to ask someone.
Yeah.
Rudy, can
Yeah,
you
see,
please?
this is a sickle.
Oh,
This is the communist Russian flag.
fine, whatever it is, like something that you would use to like dig out something out of the ground, but not a shovel.
I just googled reverse shovel.
Can you Google palakol?
Palakol?
Yeah, that's a Tagalog word.
Palakolu, city in India.
Why is everything connected to India? Say palakol Tagalog. Or Filipino.
It's showing me pictures of axe.
Or Filipino.
Palakol?
Yeah. I guess. Maybe it is an axe. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
is that an axe?
It's an axe, yeah.
Fine. Then I don't know
Lubid is rope, martillo is hammer, gunting is scissor.
What gunting? It's gunting.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, and you call yourself a Filipino.
Half.
Okay. Gunting.
Gunting.
Such an American thing to say.
You want to go to Boracay?
Okay, sorry. Erase everything that I said. It's not a sickle. It's not a shovel. It's not a pointed whatever thing. It's an axe. And it's called a palakol because it looks like a number 7. And 75 is the passing line in the Filipino grading system. Anything below that is a failing grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I got like high 70s or very, very low 80s. And because I was in the honors list, I needed to have that signature because when you're on the honors list, you need to have higher grades, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they're accustomed to a certain grade from...
Exactly. Like low
From you.
80s is a no-no for the honors list. And I had to have her signature for that. I just forged it. And I sent it.
So, were you like me where I would go to the toilet and forge it there?
No, I would forge it at home.
Yeah, of course. Your home doesn't have a toilet.
Oh, okay, I understand. No, I would just forge it in my room. Yeah.
No, I would, because I used to share a room with Hannah and Dwayne.
Yeah, I would share it with my siblings as well.
And
but
they
I
would
would
see you forge it?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any privacy in my home back then.
Yeah, me too.
But you'd still do it in your room?
Yeah.
I was so scared.
Yeah.
Like,
at one point, I even shared, my siblings and I even shared a room with our parents. All of us in one room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. When we were younger.
Okay.
And, like, my mom, usually she's in the kitchen. So while she's in there, I'm like, okay. Like, I take one of my papers or one of my documents, like, something that she signed from, like, prior. And I just take it and I...
Would you do it, like, a few times before you
Yes.
actually did it? Like,
Yes.
just practice?
I would take, like, a sheet out of my notebook and I would practice. And I'd be like, okay, looks close enough.
Did you feel bad about it in the moment? Or you felt like you were doing it to protect yourself?
I felt really bad at the moment because I'm not a daughter that used to like lie and do like
Yeah, you're the goody two
things.
shoes.
I was very, very like nerdy, goody two shoes, and that is something that I would have never done.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt so guilty, like even after a couple of days. But now that I told my mom, we just laugh at it. We just laugh at it.
Did you tell your mom recently about it, or like?
No, like when I was in college or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's just like, you're cray cray. Yeah. She laughs at it because it's like she knows that my own conviction is like I convict myself as well.
Mm-hmm.
That I know that I was doing the bad thing.
Okay.
But I just didn't want to go through the whole drama with my mom and her reprimanding me and her telling me off because of what I've done. Because already I knew that my grades were really low.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't proud of that. So I just studied harder.
But was it like a one-off thing, or you kept doing that?
I think it was like I've done it maximum 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah. In my high school years.
3
times.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you still passed off as an honor student at the end?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I barely scratched the surface. Like every time I used to sign it, it was not like, because it was 50 and below, and my grades, I remember I got even 9 out of 100 in one of my subjects. I can't remember what it was.
9 out of 100?
9 out of 100.
So that's like super below the passing line.
Yeah, it was very hard for me to study at that age. So even if I felt like I did really well in the exam and when the results came back.
Yeah.
So I think I even forged it, but they would be like, okay, something is still fishy, let me still give them a call. I think they did that as well.
And did your parents ever talk to you about it?
My parents did, yeah. They said, this is a criminal offense in some countries.
Well, that's true.
It is.
Yeah, forging a signature is a criminal offense.
Is that the only thing that you had?
No.
That you're not proud of?
Yeah, I have a story time. Are you ready for my story?
Oh, so that wasn't the story?
No.
I know the story?
Just reminded me, no, I've never told you this story.
Okay, I'm
ready. So it's the first time that you're going to hear it. I was in high school, my senior year. And because I was on the honors list, so how it worked was the students who were part of the honors list would start their final examinations, I think 2 weeks or a week earlier than everyone else, because they had to pass our grades to the Philippines. It had to be audited. It had to be submitted, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. And so the final 2 weeks after examinations, we don't need to study anymore because we've already taken our exams. Our grades will be finalized. What are we doing? Anyway, we still had to go to school. And just sit around.
Okay.
And my friend and I were just like, what are we doing here? We were both part of the honors list. And we're like, what are we doing here? Like, we don't have to study. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to whatever. Sorry, it wasn't the senior year. It was the junior year.
What is junior year?
3rd year high school.
Okay.
So the seniors would actually have, regardless if you were in the honors list or not, they would actually have their examinations way earlier because of the fact that they had to submit their grades for college and university and all that. Because in UAE, the start of this school year is in August, September-ish.
Yeah, it's
right?
very weird, the Filipino
system.
And
in the Philippines, it's June. So when we end in the UAE, which is usually April?
No, June.
No, sorry, June.
Yeah.
It's right smack in the enrollment of Philippines.
Universities,
exactly. Yeah. So it had to, for the senior members who would have to graduate and go to college and all that, they would have to finish their examinations earlier. And everyone else in the honors list in every single year would have to do the same. And at that time, my friend had her boyfriend. She had a senior boyfriend.
Nice.
And so they called her up and told her, hey, we're actually hanging out in Sahara Mall.
Cool. That's
because they didn't have to go to school anymore. Yeah. They're done, And we were just at school. We were just hanging out, and we were like bored because we weren't doing anything. And she's like, "Do you want to go to Sahara Mall?" And our school was in Sharjah, so we would just have to take a taxi and go to Sahara Mall, which was probably like 15 minutes away, maybe less than. And at that time, taxis were very cheap.
Soup's cheap.
Especially Sharjah taxis because they didn't have meters on them.
Yeah, you just have to negotiate.
Yeah, you just have to negotiate. And we'll just tell them, oh, we're a student. Can we pay 5 dirhams? Blah, blah, blah. And usually they take us in. And so what we did, because we couldn't go out of the main gate because the security would see us and wouldn't allow us out of the school premises. Right right behind our classroom was a little, not a hallway, not even a hallway. It was just a gap between the classroom and the school wall. Okay. So if you want to, you can step on a couple of bricks and jump the wall.
Isn't that dangerous?
It is dangerous.
Of course.
But we didn't have like barbed wires. I'm a ninja.
Yeah.
And so we decided that we would go behind into the little gap between the classrooms and the building wall and find ourselves something to step on so that we can go over the wall. Okay? The wall of Trump. First of all, we asked permission before we did this.
To who?
To our advisor, our class advisor, and he said no, you're not allowed to.
Good advice.
Okay, he's like, no, you're not allowed to get out of the school. You're our responsibility. You need to get out when school time is out. We're like, fine, whatever. Went back to our classroom. We weren't listening to anything because why? We don't need to.
Of course,
we already
You're
took
mature
the exam.
13-year-olds, yeah.
So again, we hatched this plan to jump over the wall, and my friend went first. She is taller than I am. She has longer legs, so she was able to go through. I'm much shorter.
Of course.
And I'm not fit. So I was trying to get myself over it. It took me some time to jump, and we didn't have any more of those blocks to stack so that I could get on top. So I really had to like jump. And she's like, come on, hurry up. As soon as I jumped, so I got over the wall, and one leg was on the other side and one leg was on the other. And I was sitting...
You're like a 50-50.
Exactly. And I was like sitting on the wall, like Humpty Dumpty on the wall, okay? And by the time that I was about to jump over, to cross my legs over to the other end, to jump over the wall, just my luck, a school bus who just dropped off the students from kindergarten was on its way back and saw me on top of the wall.
Don't mind me. I'm just looking at this beautiful view of Sharjah.
Started honking.
Yeah.
He got in and started telling our, like, the class advisor or the security or whatever. He made a scene. And then all I could hear was someone running through the gap. And then I was like, holy crap, we're in trouble. Running through the gap, and then...
Not we're in trouble, you're in trouble. The other friend must have been long gone.
No, she stayed with me, of course. That's a good friend. Okay. She's a good friend. And then all we could hear was like, come back inside. And we're like, should we come back inside or should we just like go to the Sahara Mall or whatever? Just, But because, again, we're two honor list students, we didn't want that to be stripped away from us, and we wanted to go, the right way. We walked back, the walk of shame, walking through the outside walls of the building, and got ourselves in. And we got inside the principal's office. So we were called to the principal's office. And he's like, I'm very disappointed in you. This could be grounds for us to strip away your honors list. Like, you're the second and you're the third. How could you have done this? And we were so disappointed. Like, I think I cried. Yes, after that I cried.
Of course you did.
We got into our classroom and then I cried. I was crying I was just crying, and my friend was on the phone with her boyfriend. She wasn't crying. She was okay, cuz I think she knew that her parents were like, cool, whatever. But I knew that I was going to get in trouble when I got home. I could just imagine the face of my mom.
You would have gotten the slipper, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
No.
Oh, wow.
So I was stressing out on this whole thing, the whole bus ride. Like my heart was like just pumping. When I was about to get up the elevator, I was just like, I don't know how to get inside. I opened the door. My mom was asleep. I was like, okay, I have a couple of hours until she gets up. I pretended to nap the whole time, but I couldn't because I was just so scared. She woke up and she just said hi, as if it was a normal day.
Yeah.
But I knew that she knew.
That's their game plan, man.
Yeah.
Like, hi, did you eat?
Yeah. Like, she was totally fine. Are you hungry? I'm like, why are you psyching me out?
Yeah, that's the worst, and your anxiety gets so much worse.
And I was so scared. I'm like, is she going to tell my dad? Like, am I going to get the slipper? Am I going to get grounded? Is my phone going to be taken away from me? Like, what is going to happen? And she just pretended as if everything was okay. And at the end of the day, because I couldn't take it anymore, I was so anxious. I asked her, like, Mom, did someone from school call you? And she's like, oh, yes. I was waiting for you to tell me about it. And I was like, oh, I had to open the can of worms. So I told her everything, and she's like, don't ever do that again. She's like, do you want your honors list taken away from you? And I was like, no, I don't want to, Mom. Crying. And after that, now that I'm talking about that with my mom, like, we were just laughing about it. And my mom told me, like, she's like, you know, I was laughing so much when they called me. Like, when I shut the phone down, I was like, wow, Janine did that? My daughter did that.
Maybe it's like a sigh of relief. Like, she knows that, oh, there is some badassery in Janine.
Exactly. Because I was just like, too good. You know, too good. Like, by the rule, study hard, like, and
keep
then
your
suddenly
head down,
this
do your things,
and suddenly this happens. So
look at you little rule breaker.
I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that moment. But now thinking back, I'm like, actually, it's a good story to tell. You know,
it is. Yeah, and it's not nothing you should be ashamed of. But I'm glad you did do something that got you out of your shell.
Yeah,
because I know how it is to be that Asian kid who's always face is always buried in the books, and like, come, let's do something adventurous or something risky today. And you're like, you know what, I should.
Yeah,
I'm almost done with high school. I'm going to enter a new phase of my life. And you're like, let me just do something that I can talk about in the future.
Yeah, exactly. But what's good about that is that now I know that it was wrong, you know? And so for any young kids listening to this podcast, first of all, do not risk your life jumping over a wall. It's not worth it. If you want to go to the mall, go to the mall after school hours.
Yeah.
Do not cut class. I guess it's more fun inside the class than outside. Don't you agree?
I don't know. I would like kids to also. No, I think this message I'm about to give is more about strict parents. Like, let your kids do stuff.
Let your kids live a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't get angry at them for, like, okay, if skipping class, I would say is okay,
that
but
is
not
wrong.
bunking school.
Yeah.
All these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Of course, because that's your parents' hard-earned money that they're putting you through school.
Exactly.
But, like, yeah, staying 1 hour past your bedtime or going out with your friends to a mall, taking the metro, things we never experienced as a kid, you know? Where we were stuck in a school bus or...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we had strict parents.
We had very strict parents, yeah.
I guess...
Parents, let your kids live a little.
Live a little with you still looking after them, you know? Let them use, I don't know, the metro, but then you would know, like they need to call you as soon as they get somewhere, or you drop them off and you pick them up after. So there are a lot of things that you can do and like to control the situation, but also give them a sense of like, freedom. Oh, my parents trust me, you know, I'm able to do this.
Yeah, the more you tighten the leash on your kid, the more they're gonna act out and do things that they shouldn't do at all, because
they'll get really curious,
like
about
getting
it.
Into like smoking or alcohol or anything like that.
Yeah, I think those talks would be great if you were the one, like if they can open up to you about it, I would say.
Yeah,
if you're a parent that they know they're safe to voice out their opinions, to ask any questions. So I would love to be that type of parent if I'm blessed to have kids in the future, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
I know it's tough to be a parent and it's easy for me to talk because I'm not yet a parent. But based on my experience as being a child of a very strict household, I would have loved a little bit of, you know, a little bit of movement in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of room to do things that you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Janine, any closing remarks? Any handy advice that you want to give?
Anything else that you want to share?
I have one more, but I think this can also lead into us closing the show.
Okay.
It's something I'm not proud of is always being quiet at a point where I know I should stand up for myself or for someone around me. Like, I've been in instances where I'm just like a silent player. I'm in the room. I see something that I know is wrong and I still keep it to myself, or I don't say anything about it.
Mm. Because you'd rather avoid
I
confrontation.
would rather avoid it at all costs. I don't want to get involved. But at the same time, I know that it's not going to end well for one of those two people if there are two people in it. Or I know it's wrong, but I have no say in it. Because I don't want to also just interrupt them or be like that eavesdropper in the corner. But it happens everywhere, like even at work or with my friends or in different situations. And I know that we should always look out for each other even when the wrong thing is being done. And I should be the bigger person in all this and just say, you know what, dude, what you're doing is wrong. The way you're treating that other person is wrong. And I think we've been in places where someone was rude to someone, or when someone got the like attitude or something which they didn't deserve at all.
Yeah.
And I think it's also something that all of us should take away at the end of the day. That you should, when you see something that you don't like or which is against your moral values or something which you feel that you should step in and do something about, you should do it.
Yeah, if you see someone being taken advantage of.
Exactly.
If you're a child at school, if you see someone being bullied, if you're an adult seeing someone taking advantage of someone else, speak up. It's very difficult because I used to be just like that. And sometimes I would say there are still instances where I would rather just close my mouth, especially living in a country where it's difficult to practice a freedom of speech, a freedom of just doing things how you think they should be done. Like, we still need to be a little bit careful with that. But if you know that it's right and that someone else needs your help in terms of speaking up, in terms of saying something, in terms of interfering, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also comes as well like to questioning things. Like when you're asked to do something like and you feel that there's something fishy about it,
yeah,
question it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be curious.
Yeah.
And don't say yes to everything.
That's true.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to say no.
We've spoken about this a lot of times as well.
And I hope we were able to entertain you with our things that we weren't.
How stupid we were as kids.
Exactly. It's mostly when we were kids, I guess, because we learned the lessons. And look at us now. We're still not proud of ourselves.
We're still that same kid inside. No, but I think we have a lot more stories to talk about when we were kids and what stupid things we did. But maybe we can bring those up in a future episode when the topic calls for it.
Yeah, because this will probably be a 2-hour episode even more so if we went ahead and shared everything. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to us. Episode after episode, you guys are supporting us. And thank you so much for sharing your Spotify 2020 year in review. So those who have shared that Have a Nice Day was included in their top 5 podcasts, some even top 2, top 3. We're very, very thankful, guys.
Yeah, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that.
Yeah, thank you for your time that you spare to listen to whatever we're saying, even if sometimes it doesn't even make sense and we just talk about things that are funny and silly and things that we did when we were younger.
Yeah, I hope that it keeps you entertained, and thank you for giving us your attention.
Yeah. And if there's anything that you'd like us to talk about, anything that you'd like us to shed light on, any topic, any story that you'd like us to share, or anything that you have that you would want us to share to other people, please send it to us. You can follow us on Instagram at Have a Nice Day Podcast. You can send us an email at haveanicedayshow@gmail.com. You can also fill in our handy advice form. There is a link in the show notes of this episode, as well as a link in our Instagram bio. Please rate and add in a review for us at Apple Podcasts. You can listen to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. So thank you so much, guys. We love you, and send us your stories that you're not proud of. We would love to hear them.
Yeah, we would love to post them and repost them on our Instagram story as well.
Yeah, we'll put a question and answer on our Instagram. Let's see how many people would actually share their stories with us. So, thank you so much for everything, guys. And on that note, have a nice day!
I was longer than that.
Wow. You have much more air.
I have better
in your
pipes.
diaphragm.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Thank you, guys.